Well, moving on. The families of 3 murder victims have been left sickened after graphic details of the Nottingham stabbing were shared to a police WhatsApp group, then forwarded to others. According to a misconduct hearing, an unnamed officer posted a message setting out the horrific injuries suffered by Grace O'Malley Kumar, Barnaby Webber and Ian Coates at the hands of Valdo Kalakane in Nottingham last June. In behaviour the families have branded abhorrent, another officer then sent the distasteful message to his wife and a friend. Barnaby's mother, Emma, said the revelations of needless voyeurism by police officers were sickening. The fact they can do this with such a high-profile case, to me, suggests that this is not a one-off thing. This is just the police being police. This is the same lads mentality that we saw a few years ago when those officers were sending pictures of the 2 murdered sisters.
The 2 dead sisters,
The 2 dead sisters, yeah. This is clearly a problem within our police service, and we sat here last year and spoke about this with different cases, and then fast forward now, they're still doing it again. So I know it sounds radical for me to keep on saying this, but we have to just break apart the police and start from scratch.
You're making a fundamental error, though, JJ, in that assessment, and that is that you're suggesting that it was done for voyeurism or for titillation or humour or something like that. Police are police. They will share information. Oh, my goodness, have you seen this case? Look at the details of this. Sending it to your wife, nobody can defend that. But most of the time when an officer will share something, this would never have been picked up years ago if you'd shown Sarge the file in the corridor and gone, God, have you seen the details of this? Everyone, that's exactly the same offence if that's what it is. And I'm not defending bad cops. I'm certainly not defending the 2 sisters that you talked about, and there's been some horrific cases. But because an officer might share something with another officer, I don't know what would make them do it on a WhatsApp group. It's not as if we weren't forewarned that those groups could be
These were not shared for professional purposes.
No, but they kind of...
They weren't saying, look at these stab wounds, you know, what,
yes, and some of the officers weren't involved, but I think the thinking among police officers, I mean, they are police officers, after all, is that, oh, my God, you've seen this case...
But they still have the rules.
And they do, but what I'm saying is it doesn't mean they were laughing at it.
Yeah, I get that, and there is a human nature part of this, as you say. They're coppers, but they're still humans, and if it's like, oh, this is shocking, you've seen this shocking picture, I completely understand that, but the rules and regulations are there in place that they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And whether it's a file on the corridor to Sarge, or whether it's a WhatsApp message, it shouldn't be happening.
And how you wouldn't know by now about the bear trap of the WhatsApp group.
Oh,
yeah. That's extraordinary.
But also, this isn't... let's just remember the case itself, the Valdo Kalakane case. They utterly failed those victims and the family. This isn't just any case. This isn't just kind of a bit of voyeurism or tastelessness. There were so many opportunities at which this man, both on the mental health side but also on the policing side, should have been stopped. So these... I mean, it's just adding insult to injury for the families, really isn't it? Because the man should have been in prison. The man should have been in an institution. He should have been stopped.
And actually, what the families have been saying today is clearly they didn't know that the horrific photographs of their dead loved ones were being passed around. And I get your point, you know, sending it to other police officers, that's one thing. But, you know, one of them, PC Gell, sent it to a friend and his wife.
I mean, why you would do that?
Which is very... But the families didn't know about it. Yeah. And so there's been this case ongoing about, you know, the discipline.
And they didn't even know this disciplinary procedure was taking place. They didn't know the disciplinary
procedure was taking place. So they've been, yet again, they've been let down.
It's very frightening to think that, say, you were a rape victim and they take photographs of evidence.
Exactly.
Especially as a woman, but...
But that's the point.
That raises serious questions.
That is a really good point, because that is what stops people going to the police to you know, it's one thing, I'm not going to go to the police because, you know, they're not going to find my stolen bicycle. It's quite another thing to say, you know, something terrible's happened to me, I've been raped. I can't go to the police because God knows what they will do with the evidence or what they'll tell their mates. I mean, I take Ian's point. This has gone on through the ages, and I can quite understand people would have taken maybe a police file to the... Well, I don't understand. I accept that people would have taken a police file to the pub and said, look at these photos. And it's interesting, obviously, technology amplifies everything. I often say, you know, what is the effect of WhatsApp on politics? You know, the WhatsApp groups where politicians egg each other on. This is the WhatsApp effect on policing, where you don't just take the file down to the pub, show it to your mates, horrible though that is. You can now dispense unbelievable photos.
What if it's...
Exactly, to thousands of people.
One of these officers, PC Gell, who received a final warning after he accessed the files on Kalakane, he wasn't passed this by someone else. He went into the system and had a look for himself.
Found it.
And found it. He went looking for this stuff, which obviously was a clear breach.
Yeah, so you just wouldn't want to risk your personal information with the police. I mean, that's a terrible indictment, really bad indictment.
Yeah.